Are you a Gemini? I need to know. I need to know before we start.
Yes, I am.
That's good. I'm a Gemini too. It's gonna be flying.
You start this the worst way possible. I get triggered by
Astrology?
well, bullshitology mostly, but yes.
Voila! Okay. It's a good way to start.
Yes. So welcome.
Thank you.
I honestly don't know what to expect.
Me neither.
I heard how did Gabby put it? You're a big fan of conspiracy theories.
I knew it was going to start like that.
And very opinionated. So
yeah, I do have that.
So let's start with what you just started. So you believe in zodiac signs?
I do.
Really?
Actually, I think we're in a reality that is more guided by all of this. When you look at the sky, for example.
What do you see when you look at
What do you see when you look at the sky?
Depends. Is it cloudy?
Yeah.
Is it blue?
It will be blue
Stars.
at night, for example.
Well, in the city, I don't see much stars. But
Yeah.
what am I supposed to be seeing?
Well, there's stars, there's planets, there's movement, and astrologic signs are all based on like the reflection of the skyline.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever we see there, I don't know. I've never had to explain it like this.
Explain it like I'm very dumb.
So basically, if you read the astrological signs, it's on a map. It's a reflection of what we see in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
And they say that, and there's patterns. There's like patterns recognition. I'm not an expert. Like I believe in like
fair.
how we like are connected to environments, right? Where we are right now is subject to like many opinions out there. Some people think we're just like a dust in the universe and there's nothing else that is pertinent. And I think there's a higher order of things. I believe in like a higher order, a higher justice system, a higher guiding forces for this.
Are we
universe.
talking about God here, or what are we talking about here? Or
I
the
think
universe energy?
it's interpreted like in many different ways, and it's almost like a journey. Like it's to each their own understanding of it. Like for me, I'm very vague right now because I don't know what you know, and I don't
But
know.
like I said, talk to me like I'm dumb.
I wouldn't talk to you if you're dumb.
No, I didn't say I was dumb. I said talk to me like if I
you're
was.
dumb.
Dumb it down.
About astrological signs. That's what you.
But
want.
already, just can I? So
Yeah.
are you science based or are you not at all?
If I'm sign based,
Yeah, science based.
science based. Yeah,
Like,
I
do you
think
believe
there's
in
truth.
science?
I think there's truth in
Okay.
science.
So you know when you look at the sky,
Yeah,
you're looking at the past.
at the past.
Yeah, you
Is
didn't
that
know
what they say?
It's not what they say.
Okay.
Again, no.
not what they say.
These are facts.
Okay.
Because you know how light travels?
Yeah.
Okay, light speed.
Yeah.
So what you see in the sky is something that happened a million years ago that just reached us.
Well, tell me more about this because I didn't know that.
That's
I
why
never heard
astrology
that.
is so scientifically bullshit in every form. Because whatever
Scientifically bullshit. I get it. Yeah. They're two different like school of thoughts, right?
it's not schools of thoughts. One is a belief and one is a science.
So you're as convinced about what you believe that you would say like, this is fact, this is it.
No, but there's certain things that are
Yeah.
facts that are not debatable, sadly. How light travels, for example.
Yeah.
Okay, we know the science of light.
Okay.
That's how we cameras and everything that's around us is based on that. How we travel, whatever we see. So whatever we're seeing
Yeah.
in the sky,
Yeah.
in the space, when
Yeah.
it comes to the stars, is in the past. Because the time the light comes to
7
our...
minutes in the past? Is that something like that?
No,
like
but
if the sun were to like
stars-
shut down completely, it would take us like 7 minutes, I think, to see it. That's one thing I've heard
So
about
just to
this.
give you an idea.
Yeah.
When you look at a star...
Talk to me like I'm dumb.
No. If you want, I'll dumb it down if you want. So when you see a star
Yeah.
in the sky, a
Yeah.
star specifically,
Yeah.
it's a sun, and
Says
that's
who?
well, we know that it's called
The quoi we know that. Don't you think like every single person have like different perspectives? Or
It's not a perspective though. It's calculated,
Based on what?
reproduced. So the scientific
on
method.
maths.
Well, math
Based
is
on maths.
math is the universal language of the world.
Okay.
we are here through math. Okay, but it's a language. It's not a math. Is not a truth.
It's not
just
nothing.
it's how you explain it.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So the scientific method is very basic in the sense that you see it, you try to understand it, and then you reproduce it. Once you're able to do all those 3 steps, it's kind of a fact.
It's the first, like, sorry for my ignorance, but it's the first time I hear someone say that.
Well,
Or say it like this.
Just
or
Google a scientific method and you should listen to the pod. We've spoken about this many times.
Because the last little episodes that I catch were like a bit more like
personal.
How would I? Yeah, like connected
Depends,
to like
it depends who I'm talking to and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but these are the basics. So, gravity, for example, or anything. These are facts. The way the light bulb works, electricity.
What do you think of the laws of the universe?
The laws of the universe.
The 12 laws of the universe.
What are the 12 laws of the universe?
That's why I got my phone.
By all means. Because again.
Because there's 12, because it's like pretty hard. Okay, well.
So there's not 13, there's not 11.
12-ish. We can say 12-ish, but I think that's like.
But I'm just curious, the 12, because it could be a title of a book. I don't know what are we talking about here? Physics, chemistry.
Are a set of spiritual and metaphysical principles believed to govern the universe, originated from ancient wisdom, traditions like Hermetic philosophy.
So already there you lost me.
Okay.
Because a philosophy is a school of thought.
So you don't think that science is a school of thought?
No, it's based on fact. So science is not a belief. Science is not...
You know that there's something called Scientology?
That has nothing to do with science. That's a sect that has a specific principle, that has a belief of gods and aliens and stuff like that. That has absolutely nothing to do with science. It's not because there's the word science in it that it means it's science. No,
I think it's a school of thought. I would say I think if we don't get to like the neutral point.
What is the neutral point?
Of like detaching from ideas. Like if you already like consider certain things to be true, it's going to be hard to have a conversation.
But how do you determine if one thing is true or not?
I would say it's more like based on experience, first of all. Like when's the last time you experienced the light traveling in your eye at that second in that math? You know what I mean?
But every experience is very personal. Mm-hmm. It's a chemical reaction through your brain, through your senses. That's a fact.
Yeah, that's like that's a reaction of this. The only thing I'm going to say about science, okay, it's popping in my head right now. And now I lost it. The science. Okay, what were you saying? You just said something.
I said that you were saying your belief and however you experience things is very personal to you.
Yeah.
So that's not science. That's a reaction that your senses perceive. Yeah. So I'll give you a very simple example.
Go ahead.
We can listen to a song.
Yeah.
You can feel a certain type of way, and I could feel a certain type of way.
Yeah.
I could associate it to a memory or something in the past, and you can associate it to something else. The fact remains, the only thing that is really true is the song. How you feel about it or how you felt about it or what you heard, that's on you.
Yeah.
But the science of it, if we dumb it down to science, there's a snare, there's a drum, there's a voice that it's a soprano or alto or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It lasts 3 minutes 25. There's an intro, outro, bridge, break, whatever you want to call. Those are the science. Those are facts. How you feel about it, if it's a good song, bad song, sad song, it makes you whatever, favorite song or not.
Yeah.
That's how you perceive that fact. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Fact. Like music is fact?
Music is a science. Frequencies.
So everything's frequency.
Is a science.
I hear you. Okay. We're
it's
starting to like connect. It's happening.
No. You're talking other frequencies here. I'm talking about musical frequencies.
Yeah.
Right?
But everything's a frequency. Like
everything's a vibration.
Everything's a vibration.
Because the universe is a vibration.
Yeah. So we perceive vibrations, and the vibration is the source of those chemical reactions in your brain, in your body, and everything. What science has a hard time explaining is the source of what? Everything, right? Source of why there is a certain déclenchement of the chemistry in your body.
No, that we know why.
What's the source? Well, in our case, it's music. It's because we're hearing music.
No, so music is a vibration that our ear gets. Yeah. And then there's an electric...
Confusing.
Why?
No, it's gonna be confusing for our listener. Like we're both.
Why would it be so confusing? It's very
I'm
basic.
Confused. No. But I'm like us. It's like it's not.
Okay, can you taste music?
No.
Okay, can you see music?
Maybe some people can. I can't. He doesn't.
Except if you can see frequencies, that's a different story.
Yeah,
the only two senses that can actually receive music is your skin, vibrations, and your ears. Right? You can't taste music.
You can feel it. Yeah, the touch.
Yeah, it's the vibrations.
And
the vibrations.
Okay.
You know, movement.
Yeah.
Basic science, right? It shakes, you feel it. Now, can you understand or to hear it? Is it good or bad? You wouldn't know. Your ears receives. Le tampon vibrates.
Yeah.
It sends a signal to your brain and it decodes what it just received.
Yeah.
It's like Morse code.
Yeah.
That's how our body is. That's how we reproduce certain things. Right? No, maybe?
Okay. I guess I have like a different understanding of this whole experience.
But it's understanding the body, the human body.
That I hear it. No. I understand the technicality of it.
That's what I mean. After that, you can give it a personal touch.
Yeah.
It's like if you smell vanilla, you think of a childhood memory because you associated that smell to that memory. That's a chemical reaction of your brain. Because we can open your brain right now and you can be conscious and we can send an electricity current.
Yeah.
And you can feel or taste or see things that are not actually there. Because you're giving the same signal that if you would be smelling or touching or... There's that famous scene in Hannibal Lecter when he's giving the same guy his brain. He's like, it tastes like, but it's not.
Okay, sounds good. So how about physicality? Like, what do you think, what's the difference of like physicality, like, or what's around us in your opinion? Like, how do you think there's nothing that separates us or do you think there's something that separates us right now, like in this studio?
Well, there's air, there's particles, there's dust, there's many things.
So what's air for you?
Oxygen.
Yeah. Okay, so
okay.
I understand where you're, okay.
Why? What else do you have?
No, I'm really like genuinely surprised. Like it's been a long time. I think,
like our body emits heat. So there's heat waves.
Yeah.
There's probably UV through the lights, right? Yeah. There's heat coming through here.
And so all these things, were you able, like, would you have been able to like know this if no one had taught you this, or?
We discovered them because we observed them.
Like you studied this and then you learned it like by heart.
But this is basic science.
Yeah.
High school. They explain it to you. They do experiences.
I don't know what high school you went to. Like that's not
Really?
That's not what I've learned in my high school. Or maybe I wasn't listening.
Frequencies, light, how it travels. That's why you have 7 colors on a rainbow when it goes through water. No?
Okay.
All those. Yeah. That's why you don't see UVs. Yeah. You have to put special glasses. No?
Do you know that some people like understand, like, can you understand that other people experience this reality differently and have other perspective?
But what you think you know is not important here. Because what you feel, like, the beauty about all this, how science works, is they notice something, like I said, something you notice. I'll give you the most basic. A scientist, I forgot his name, went into this bathtub and there's an amount of water that came out of the bathtub when he went in.
Yeah.
And then he started doing research and he realized that his mass is exactly the same amount of water that goes out. So he tried to try different things. Is it rock, feathers, and stuff like that to see if it works. And then from there, you create an observation. You understand what's happening. And then you have to be able to reproduce it. UVs, the only reason why we got about it was when it went through water. And then there's different colors. Do you know the colors that you see is only because it's the color that's being reflected, not the one that you're actually taking in?
Yeah.
You knew that?
I've heard something like that.
You heard a rumor?
I think, there's something. The thing is, like, the way I experience reality and the things we're told about reality, for me, is like actually two different worlds.
Okay, fair.
You know what I mean? Like the density thing, I get it. The only thing with science, I feel like it's sometimes come off as a little empty of meaning.
But it's not there to have meaning.
Well, it creates a worldview if you fully believe in it like it's the truth, I guess, which is your perspective, like your point of view. Because at the end of the day, since there are like 8 billion perspectives in this world,
there's not 8 billion perspectives on this world.
Maybe some are more similar than others, but say you were born like in another place in the world where you didn't receive this science information, maybe you would perceive this world differently.
But perceiving it does not remove it from fact.
Perception is all we have, you know, like how you experience your thing is your perception of things.
Are you a flat earther by any chance? Okay. You're not?
I'm open to listen to everyone.
No, that's not my question. That's not my question. Because I need a base here. I need to know what I'm working with here. Are you a flat earther?
No, I live my own experience in here.
I don't know what that means.
I hear
again. You do not pilot the plane. You're not an astronaut.
So you don't. Do you have like any spiritual beliefs at all, or do you not have any?
But my spiritual beliefs cannot
they're based
contradict
in science.
No, not at all.
No?
But they cannot contradict what science already has proven.
Okay.
Right?
So how do they tie
because science
in together,
does not
then?
care about people's opinions. It does not care about religion. It cares about truth.
Yeah.
Objective truth.
Objectivity and very mathematical way of thinking, like left brain, for example.
No, it's something we can reproduce and prove.
Yeah.
Like if I jump from
in a controlled environment.
But the control environment is the planet right now.
Okay.
If we're talking about that. If we take the basic example of gravity.
Yeah.
You can jump 1,000,000 times. Regardless of your belief, you're always going to fall. You're never going to fly away.
Yeah.
We agree. 8 billion people.
Yeah.
It's not a perspective, it's a fact. Mm-hmm. And then we can calculate the speed of your fall.
Yeah. No, I'm not denying this. I'm not denying this. I'm just saying it's like, it might be part of the truth, but it's like not, it's true. It's true in its form, but I think there's other things.
But wait.
But that's why I'm asking.
But then you go on the moon, the gravity is different. Mm-hmm. The rules are different. So your gravity varies. Mm-hmm. Right? If gravity pulls here at 8.19 and then on the moon it's at 3.7, with your weight and stuff, that means you're jumping about 6 times higher than on Earth. Mm-hmm. We can calculate that now that we understand gravity.
Okay.
The force of pull.
Yeah.
Now we can do speed. We can do light. These are basic things that we know. Yeah. 99% of our technology is based on these. If we didn't know these things, we wouldn't have what we have. Mm-hmm. Cars, planes, trains, boats, you know what I mean? Phones, laptops, mixers for sound.
I give you that. Okay,
I'm give you speaking.
That. Yeah.
Here, there's a platform that vibrates and it transforms it to you, whatever is being said, and reproduces it.
Yeah.
This is all based on science. It's not on beliefs. I don't believe that this piece, because I believe that it records and records. That's not how things work.
Yeah.
That's how we can do other mics.
So, okay. I give you that.
It's not giving me. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
I give you that you studied, right? And you're understanding that perfectly and you learned by heart all of these things. It's wonderful.
I didn't learn by heart. It's just...
My question, really, let's move to faith because I cannot debate with you on science. Honestly, I just don't have enough facts.
Okay. So what do you have facts on?
It's not facts, it's experience. But it's like I'm living this experience the same way you're living in this, on this earth, the time that you have here. Where do you think we come from? Where do you think we're going after?
I don't know. Do you?
I have some beliefs and I from experience.
Where do these beliefs come from? Did you live them? Did you experiment them yourselves?
I've made some research about people that experience something different.
Yeah. Okay, that debate is going to be broken down in 10 seconds, by the way. Because if you're going to read other people's experiences, I always often say, I had this conversation last week.
There's commonalities, no?
Fair.
In those experiences.
You remember in the late 60s and over, there was exorcism happening everywhere, right? There was demons inside people and stuff like that.
Okay.
Then science came and it said mental illnesses, schizophrenia, bipolarism and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you see, science does not come to debunk certain things. It just discovers things. When I have a friend of mine that's schizophrenic, he hears voices. Mm-hmm. His perception, his belief is those voices are real. Right? That's his personal experience.
Yeah.
Then you can find other people that hear other voices. Mm-hmm. Does that make those voices true?
For him, they're going to be true. They're going
not asking you that.
Experience that.
So if you bring 100 people and only one person hears that voice, does that make person special or...
But what makes something true then, in your opinion? What? It's the fact that like science says it's true, or it's the fact that because like say
so science doesn't just come and say that's true. Again, let me repeat myself. They need to observe something, right? If somebody comes and says, "I hear,"
don't you think it's a little reductionist? You know, to see things through science eyes, like again, what I was saying earlier, like maybe it's removing meaning or anything, or maybe there's no meaning and whatnot. I think all this. Again, it's a worldview, because if 100% of the human beings on this earth believe that, then maybe it would be true. But the fact that it's not 100% of them that is living that is experiencing it like that, what makes it more true than what another person believes? Because we can
understand it, explain it, and reproduce it. That's what makes it true. It's exactly my point. Science does not claim to know everything. But when it claims to know something, it knows something, and it comes with an explanation, proof, and being able to reproduce it. The same experience, same vision, same...
I think it's a little denying of like maybe what was there before. It's a line of thinking. You said it arrived at late 60s, right?
What came?
Science or whatever.
I never said that. No, I'm talking about exorcism. Don't mix up things.
The exorcism, okay.
Yeah, because the church had power. And everything that they did not understand was or the devil or God. Yeah. Very simple.
Yeah.
That's how religion...
So now we're understanding by saying...
And then science were like, oh, interesting. There's not only one person, there's a couple people. It's strange. They hear voices, this and that. And they started doing tests. So they observed that a couple of people are hearing voices. But they don't hear the voices. They're like, can't you hear it? Or can't you see that person?
So you think there's nothing beyond this material realm? Like this materiality?
I never said that.
Well, those thoughts, like the thoughts that your friend gets, or the voices that he hears, what do you think that is? Just hallucination?
It's a disbalance of a chemical reaction in his brain.
And it just turns out to be voices?
In his case.
Okay.
It's like people that have Tourette's. Have you ever seen somebody that has Tourette's?
Yeah.
Okay. Who do you think that is?
I've heard certain things, like I've seen certain things too about schizophrenia. Mm-hmm. And it's a guy that worked like very closely with people that had that. And there was like actually like a reaction. I would have to go back to my facts. But there was actually like some kind of commonalities with what the voices were saying at different times of like the day. And I think they had a church in the hospital where they were. And those voices, they had like a direct reaction with like... Christianity or whatever was happening in the church, and I think it was under the form of like one of like a Christian song, for example, or whatever.
Yeah.
And from there, the voices reacted to this. So
but that's very easily explained
with chemical reactions.
It's vibrations.
Okay. So, but like it creates words then in his mind, and
so the reaction, how his brain pretty much translate what's going on. Mm-hmm. The reaction is voices. It's like Tourette's. Tourette's is the most basic, perfect example to these things. It's when they're under stress, a chemical reaction goes to the brain, and their jerk reaction for some is to say cursed words that in their brain are said you should not say them, but when they're under stress, they do say them, or different words. People have different reactions, of course. Mm-hmm. But my point is, how can I put this? Le chien de Pavlov.
Mm-hmm. Le quoi? Le chien de?
Conditioning.
Okay.
Do you know what conditioning is?
Ouais.
So so Pavlov was this
Mm-hmm.
researcher where what he used to do was he had a dog. And every time before giving him food, he would hit a bell. And then once the bell comes, he would give him a steak. His reaction after a while would be the dog would start saliving once he heard the bell, knowing that there's a steak coming in.
Yeah.
Right? So he created a condition.
An association.
Exactly.
From his brain to
and then he created it.
Yeah.
But these are things we did not understand before. So now, when it comes to church and music, we know today that frequencies of certain sounds of the church are soothing. You know, you can listen to music to fall asleep, white noise, zero, like it's 0.80 frequencies. These are the mathematics of the frequencies that calm down your body. Why do they calm down your body? Because we're mostly made out of water. When you do a certain frequency, it calms us down. But we understand these things, right? We were victim of them, or we were part of them without knowing why. But now we know why. Why do you get burned under the sun and don't put cream and blah, blah, blah? Before we thought it was just, hell burning loose and whatever was the association. Then we understood UV lights, because now if you look at your phone and look at the weather during the summer, they tell you the amount of UVs. If it's high or low, regardless if it's 25 degrees or 35 degrees, because it's a calculation in the mathematics. Because we understand now. Before we did not. And it's okay. Before we thought lightning was God being angry for so many years. But you're laughing that is the case.
No.
Because we did not know. And then scientists were like, is it really God?
Yeah.
And then they start paying attention, and then they finally were able to get a lightning and read it, and they're like, oh, it's electricity. Based on what? And then it's high pressure, add to that the water levels of humidity, blah, 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 blah. I don't know all the science about it, but I know the basics of it. And voila.
So what do you think your role on this earth is with all this knowledge? Like you have all this knowledge, like all these facts, all these science. What do you think you're doing here? Like, why are you here?
I would not be arrogant to believe I actually am worthy or have a purpose in this.
No.
I feel like I'm a grain of sand.
It's arrogant?
Of course. You know how big the universe is? You know how big the universe is? Do you realize that our existence in time and space, right? So us, we live, let's just say, an average of 80 years. Do you know 80 years in the age of the universe would be the equivalent? Okay, so I'll give you something that you will understand. So the history of the universe, right? The history of the universe.
The Big Bang started there?
Well, if you want.
Okay.
Again,
I don't know.
like we all the way to the Big Bang.
What do they say?
No, so what do they say? Scientists, most scientists agree that it started at the Big Bang. What happened before that, we do not know. But they're not claiming that they do know. We're working towards that.
Everyone's like,
So if you would start from the Big Bang all the way to now at this specific moment, and you would put it in time like it would be a 12-month calendar. You know what day we would be today?
The 80 years?
No, the 8 million years.
The 8 million years.
Right? Okay. The planet is this old, 8 million or 8 billion years. I don't even remember the numbers.
Okay.
They said our existence is so tiny in time that it would be the equivalent of December 30th, 11:20 at night. This moment. That's how old this universe is. To believe me in my 80 years on this planet has a specific purpose, a greater purpose and grand, no.
So how do you find your moral compass in all this if you feel like you have no purpose or anything like that? Like, how do you know that what you're doing every day is like, I don't know, maybe good or bad, or it's like what you should be doing or anything? Like, how do you navigate in this experience? Like when you wake up, like it's from the mind space, like
But a lot of things that humans today go through life by instinct, right? Reproducing, having a family, unity, and stuff like that.
Do you believe in intuition?
Yes, for sure.
And what's the difference between instinct and intuition?
I don't think there is big of a difference.
For me, instinct is something that animals have. Our body is animalistic in a way. It's like the materiality. It's what compares to. Intuition is more of a characteristic of a conscious being. That's how I would like differentiate both. Whereas your intuition can be sharpened with time, with experience, and with knowledge for sure. Like I think all of this, like we have a brain for that, to accumulate knowledge. But then I feel, or I know for myself, that I have an internal guidance system. And there's a lot of actually we talked about conditioning, like for humans, I would call it also like programming, because that's kind of
same thing,
what we've been through. And I feel like from 0 to 7, like we know our brain is like in some sort of theta wave where it just receives information, and it accumulates information also by just looking at people I think I would say more than just the information you're told. So you're told, you're going to absorb that, but it's also by watching. It's by watching the people that are closest to you. And then around age 7, it's like a different brainwave that you're going to, and then you become a bit more active in your life. There's some studies that were made on
scientific studies.
Studies.
I know.
That from 0 to 7, they say like, give me a boy from 0 to 7 and I'll tell you what kind of man he is. It's because that programming that you receive from 0 to 7 will just just enact and reenact
Will
over
be
and
the
over again
foundation.
until one becomes conscious.
So do you believe people could change?
Oh my God, yes.
Okay.
And I fucking hope that they can because
So what do you think your
that
purpose
they can
is?
see. I didn't know before, but in the past couple of years, like I've hit so many walls in my own, beliefs that I had before, like in my own programming. I've hit the walls of like my limitations, basically, in how I could operate in this world. I was going from a very, very mental space, like just doing my activity, like planning for my future, like everything that I was told was the good thing, like do a career, do your thing, no. So I went on with this, but like at some point it was just exhausting. Like it's like the fuel or the power, like everything that was activating me at the end of the day was like, it was sucking dry, like burnout, this is kind of where you end up at some point. And you're like, how am I here? Like I did everything perfectly. Like right now I make more money than I could ever imagine. I have my partner, I have a little dog, I have a house. I should be happy with my situation right now. Like what's going on? Why am I hitting this wall? And I think there's a lot of people that kind of get to this point and it's real, you get to a state of like real vulnerability because like when you're on the point of like cracking, for example, it's like, so then we would tell you, oh, go see like a professional. So then you go see a professional and they have, I don't know, like 5, maybe 15 minutes to give to you. And they're most probably, if you feel like you're depressed and you have those symptoms, they'll probably just like give you a pill because that's what they have available at the moment. And that's literally all they can offer you in terms of time and support to help you in your situation. So you go on, you take this, I don't think you feel better. Like from what I've seen, like kind of like all these to say, when you hit a wall, you're left with like yourself in a way, like you're just looking at yourself there. And it's from that point in my personal experience that I started rethinking the things that I was, thought originally and just like reevaluating a little bit, like what works and what not. That's why I'm saying like, I think people can change, but they need to be solid. They need an open mind. They need to be willing to be wrong and to have been wrong in certain things because it's not like my way was not sustainable, basically. And I think if it's not sustainable, like it's not the right way or it's not the right path. Like ultimately, everyone here deserves to be happy, to find peace of mind. Like to.
Why does everybody deserve?
Well, they have to decide that they deserve it, No,
you said everybody deserves it.
That's my genuine opinion, but
based on what?
Based on like how pleasant is it to like be on the other side, like to not have peace of mind, like to experience chaos at all times and to.
But some people thrive in chaos.
I think we all thrive in chaos, but there are certain lessons that are inherent to be understood in this chaos in order eventually to find peace.
Find peace?
Peace or, like just like a moral compass to like fine tune your moral compass and like start doing better actions on the day to day or.
Better actions for you or for others?
I think it starts with you and then you can share with others. If you don't feel good in yourself, in your person, it's going to be hard to genuinely do something for other people. Like some people do stuff expecting something in exchange, expecting something back. And we measure that, we measure like, oh, I give you this, I expect this in return. Since I believe in something higher than this, I think this is already enacting. Like it's not crazy to think that you're going to get something back for what you give, but I don't think it's looking like exactly how you give it. For example, like I give you like $2,000 because you need it at some point and I'm just going to give it to you. First of all, if I have an extra $2,000 and I love you enough, I'm going to give it to you. And it's like it's helping you genuinely. And I think when you give money to someone, you should never expect it back in return, like a friend, I mean. It's just like by principle. And then if they decide that they give it back to you and they give you their word, then it's on their own to like make up their word and give it back to you. You know, like I think our word is all we have, you know, as a monnaie d'échange à la fin de la journée, you know. I know we're getting there. Our worldviews are starting to.
I honestly don't know where you're going because I asked you what was your purpose.
My purpose.
Yeah, you gave me all this because you said everybody has a purpose. That's what you said. I said, what is yours?
Maybe not everybody has a purpose. That's not what I didn't say everyone has a purpose.
You said we all have purpose. That pretty much says everybody has a purpose.
I think, well, I don't think everyone has a purpose. Or I guess on the bigger picture, everyone has a purpose.
So what is the bigger picture?
This universal play, like this whole like universal play that we're playing. We're parts in the bigger play. Like we're playing roles in a way on this plane. Like for the roles we, it's like no.
I have no idea what play you're talking about.
Okay.
So when you die, let's just say, what happens?
I think we go back home.
Where is home?
Where is home? It's hard to define, but I would say it's like the all interesting. I think we're all going back to the same place where we come from.
So where do we come from?
Do you want me to describe the physicality of it or like how it is? What's the difference between someone who's dead and someone who's alive?
A heartbeat.
Okay.
Let's start with that.
I would say a breath has a difference. What's a breath? It's like air. It's air circulating in that person. Like I would even go as far as say that there's a soul in that person that is animated, whereas the person that is on the floor right now, not right now, there's no corpse in the studio, but this one has no soul in it.
So
and also there was a scientific thing about that. They say like there's a couple gram.
That's fake. It's because of blood that cools down. Again, I'll debunk all your theories
That's
right
fine.
now.
No problem.
The 8 gram thing was really cute. For a long time, people believed that, but no. The reason why the body is because when blood cools down, it loses mass because of less oxygen in it, simply put.
That's okay.
Okay, no, I'm just telling you right now.
But you said it's oxygen in the blood.
Yeah, when the body cools down.
So it makes sense with my air thing or breath thing. Oxygen, air, breath.
But you don't need air. I can inject it directly in your blood.
No, but I'm breathing because I'm living. The corpse is not breathing.
So do the same rules apply to everything living on this planet, like animals, bacteria, insects, and all these? Just out of curiosity.
Which rules?
Because you're saying a soul, right? So everything that is living has a soul.
I think they have a soul, but I think it's a different level of consciousness. That's what I would say.
No, but consciousness is okay. That's one attribute, right? But it doesn't mean...
I mean, that's the difference between an animal and a human.
Fair. But what does that make us better or
it's not better
or more valuable in any way or form?
I don't know if it's a question of value or anything. It just is what it is.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
We are conscious.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Cool.
They can fly. They can fly. Birds can fly. Fish can swim underwater for eternity.
Yeah.
Leopards can run so fast. Okay. Everybody has different qualities.
Okay, but my original question, I guess, was like, how do you know when you wake up in the morning that like what you're doing during the day? Like, how do you feel satisfied at the end of your day?
But that's very personal to you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but I'm asking you, like, for me, I kind of know, like, if I've helped, like, whatever is in front of me that day, I face. You know, that's what I do. And I face to the best of my ability with the most heart that I can put in there. That's how I do. And I think that's a purpose in itself, because I think a lot of people are shocked over and over by the things that are happening in their life. Like for me, I started seeing patterns of things happening in my life, like people coming back in my life under a different physicality, but trying to teach me the same thing, like life lessons or things like that. Do you see those patterns, or do you see those things?
But it's all a question of perspective.
I agree.
We're creatures of focus.
Yeah.
So what we focus on is what we perceive, pretty much.
Yeah.
The perfect example would be your nose.
Would you say that also this focus has the ability to create like your reality?
For sure. But your reality is completely bendable.
Okay.
And
By
again,
what?
it's not because it's there that means you will perceive it, and vice versa.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Because we are slaves of our senses. Like I said, the best example would be your nose. It's literally in front of you, but you don't see it. Because your brain decided that it's pointless to tell you your nose is there.
Slave of your senses.
Yeah.
I think your senses are. I don't know why I would be the slave to my senses.
Yeah.
I could listen to them. I don't need
No,
to.
we're all
to
victims.
be victims.
Yes, of our senses.
But you're a creator. How can you be a creator and a victim?
We're not a creator.
We just
we
said like you
interpret.
have the
We
capacity
interpret.
to create
Create what?
your reality, your life. Like
Yeah,
whatever
but
you
okay,
do is
so I'm
different from
talking
another
about the
person.
create your life, meaning it's not you're creating, you're not inventing something from scratch. You decide to focus on something, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I can be put in a room.
Consistently, yeah.
I can be put in a room, same room as you.
Mm-hmm.
I smell something, and I'm like, this room is very relaxing. I really enjoy it because of that smell.
Yeah.
And you hate the the color purple,
Yeah.
and the walls are purple,
Yeah.
and you're focused on that. And I'm like, I hate this room, right?
Yeah. So your perception of the thing is creating your reality. Unless
Exactly.
you become conscious,
That's why we're slaves of our senses.
unless you become conscious that the color purple triggers you, and that you gain like a third perspective on that situation, and then you're able to just be detached and then make a choice on, okay, I'm
What's the
feeling
choice of focusing on something else?
a choice of
Creatures of focus.
yeah, of course. But then that choice, there's a lot of liberation in that choice. Like you said, like it removes you from the state of the victimhood. You're not victim anymore. You're perceiving this.
There.
You know, the purple is like something that reminds you of your teenagehood, and then your teenagehood was traumatic and whatever.
Yeah.
But you have like already looked into all these patterns in your life and you're healing. You know, I don't know if you believe in healing, but like you're healing these things. So you gain like a third perspective.
What's the third perspective?
Well, that's the thing. It's like
So
a little
what's the first and
detachment.
second perspective? Let's start with that because we're already at third.
Yeah.
I know one perspective. What's
Yeah.
the second perspective? Yours, others, and the third one is what?
No, I wouldn't see it like that. Like
So what's your two
It
first
would be
percent?
more in terms of like level of growth, level of consciousness, level of awareness. You know, like we said, theta wave. Like back to like the 0-7. You get your programming. You're not aware. From 0 to 7, you just receive, and then you start enacting.
That's not true.
You don't think it's true?
You only receive from 0 to 7. Absolutely
Well, you
not.
take on the world. You start to learn the rules of like, what is this earth? Like before, if you don't have a programming on this earth, you cannot operate after that. And this programming is like, it can be anything. Like,
What do you mean by programming? You're talking about instinct, survival instinct.
information that you receive from
Yes.
0 to 7.
Yeah,
You
all
start
the information that you
recording,
got.
for example, like you
Yeah.
start recording in your
But
mind.
you recorded your entire life information, don't you not?
You are, but from 0 to 7, they say you're in a brain wave, a brain frequency where you're not as much of an active participant
Because you're
than you are
dependent.
afterwards.
Because you're very
Yeah.
fragile.
Yeah.
It's like a little bird in a...
Narcissistic by nature.
Come again?
Narcissistic by nature.
Absolutely not. Narcissistic would mean it's all about me.
How's a kid?
What is a kid? Yeah, please tell me.
Is a kid here like in the 0 to 7 stage? They're narcissistic by nature. They need other people to care for them.
0 to 7?
Yeah.
No. Sorry.
So
Do
you
have
would see a
kids?
baby. You would see a
A
baby
baby
that
is
is
not 7 years old. 7 years
I
old
say
is
0 to 7.
Yeah, but like I understand
Okay,
from
we
0
can
to
say-
18 months. Let's just say
Yeah.
I can agree on that.
Yeah.
After that, from
So you think a 2-year-old can like just survive on their own? Like they
On
could
their
survive
own.
on their own. There's like no parents like in their house. They could take it from there.
technically the proof is in our existence. How are we still alive humans on this planet if that wasn't true? This is like the chicken and the egg question all over again. How did the first human survive?
That's a good question.
No, but it's a simple question.
Yeah.
The proof is in the fact that we are here.
Okay, but we also believe that like lightning was God mad at us back then. So maybe like we did some progress. Maybe I don't know, man. Maybe
Do you know what was the average age of humans dying not even 100 years ago? Do you know what the average age now?
was it like 40 back then?
Yeah, a little bit even less than that.
Yeah,
So we understand 7 years is almost 1/4 of your life.
yeah.
So no,
Back then,
that
yeah.
100 years ago.
Yeah.
Not a million years ago, 100 years ago.
Yeah.
That's my point. Today, now, the average age is 84. Now, I agree with you that, yes, I'm not here to debate that if you put a toddler in the jungle, chances are he's going to die.
Even here, like someone would have to come and take care of that kid, no? Like you think they would survive really on their own
But
at 2 years old?
you're being taken care as an adult by other people too. Your doctor, your anything, your boss, your family, your friends. We're all doing that. It's a community. Do you think you would survive in the jungle today at your age? Forget about the 0 to 7.
I would take it as a good challenge. I would give it a shot. I don't know if
the
like, I don't know.
The baby from 0 to 7 too would give it a shot. He wouldn't have much of a choice.
He would have to. Exactly.
My point
like
is, you think you. I'm not talking about somebody else.
Right now, in the jungle.
I put you in the jungle right now. You believe you would survive. Stop kidding yourself. Come on now.
I've been like in the wild a couple of times.
Yeah. Mont Tremblant is not considered the wild.
No. I lived in BC. Like I've seen the wild. Like
the BC is considered the wild.
I mean, when you go in the mountains, when you go in the nature and there's bears, like it's kind of
there's
wilder.
One apex, maybe two max in the forest
They're
here in Canada.
Wild, yo.
No, I agree. But like I said, and again, I'm not trying to.
I know it's hard to say. Yeah.
But
the answer is no. You want to hear no?
No, it's not a question of no. What do you think the chances are?
I don't know. Like
that's my point.
Yeah.
Like it's again.
Of course, you want to be close to people. So, okay, I understand. Like we focused on the little thing. We focused on the detail of narcissistic by nature. Like my point is like he's not choosing to be needy. This kid, he's just needy because he needs direction. He needs some guidance from adults, from people that came here.
Elderly are narcissistic?
I think narcissistic is a trait that remains after childhood if your needs in childhood has never been met.
No, but if you have needs, period. That's why I said the elderly or somebody that's handicapped or somebody that has special needs.
Yeah.
They depend on people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that make them narcissistic?
No.
Okay.
No.
So that
it makes them physically disabled, for example, which in this physical reality, they'll need help from someone else,
Because I believe narcissistic by definition, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, is making everything about me. I don't think a baby.
Yeah, I think it's more of a metaphysical state than a physical
No, but it's all about
state.
Me. Making anything we do, I'll make it about me.
Yeah.
I don't think a child purposely or directly makes it about them.
It's not purposely. Again, it's by nature. It's not his own choice to be narcissistic.
So it cannot be narcissistic. Then it's the wrong word.
Maybe it's the wrong word.
It's the wrong word.
What would you say? Like needy? Just needy.
It has needs, but that's part of the circle of life. You see it even in the animal kingdom.
Yeah.
Turtles, birds, right? The parents have to take care of those babies until they're strong enough to fly away or to walk until the ocean and survive. It's
most animals they come in with a program like they already know. It's like they already know what to do. They don't need to stay as long.
Because if you go to the basic instinct of every living creature, and when I mean living, I'm even talking about microbes and viruses.
Mm-hmm.
Their basic instinct is to survive. Mm-hmm. That is even viruses.
That's instinct.
That's instinct.
Yeah.
It's not a program. It's like a programming that's in everything.
Yeah, for things that are unconscious, for example. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a baggage that's inside your DNA.
Yeah.
We're no exception to that.
Yeah.
Humans.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. So it's not a programming or like somebody planned it. It's like for the survival, or else we wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
There's creatures that disappeared because their survival instinct wasn't strong enough.
Yeah.
Survival of the fittest, only the strong survive.
Mm-hmm.
That's life.
I would call it natural law too.
It's natural selection. It's natural selection. That's how they, like naturally you live, you die, and this and that. Yeah. Now, do they have a purpose? Yeah, we can go down and say they were food for that other animal. That's their purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If an ant dies, did it have a purpose in your grand scheme of things?
I mean, they were supposed to feed another animal that needs to eat ants, so that their purpose was that, and it had been fulfilled.
So maybe when we die, we're here to feed the earth, and that's pretty much it. Why give us this grandiose purpose? Who are we? What makes us so special?
Yeah.
We're on a little flying ball and inside a space that's pretty much infinite so far. Yeah. And us on this little planet that lasts 80 years out of millions and billions of years of existence, we have purpose. Woo! You
I
get
think it's a lived experience. Like it really just depends on like each and everyone. Because like you would talk to someone that have a purpose and they could tell you like straight up. Like I told you what my purpose is. It's pretty simple. Like I don't think I'm
personal.
saving the world. I don't think anything like that. But I get an instant reward when I finish my day, and I know I've done it like the right way according to me. You know, like if I've respected my set of values, my morality, and all of those things, I feel like satisfaction from the end of my day.
I will never debate that.
You know.
That's personal to you.
Yeah.
It's very positive and nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's positive and nice.
Like, cool. Like, as long as you're not hurting people.
I ask you? Yeah. Can I ask you what was the inspiration behind the name of the podcast?
Duality.
Saints and Sinner? Yeah. Yeah, that's nice.
That's pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's your view on duality or?
It's a question of perspective.
Yeah. Okay.
It's literally what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
So
what do you think this duality is there for? Why are we living so many dualities in this world? Why are we experiencing so much duality in here?
But because life is based on that, pulling or pushing.
Mm-hmm.
There's always, when something is going up, the other one's going down.
Yeah, that's also one of the universal law.
But
for every reaction, there's an equal opposite reaction, something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that's mathematically calculated.
Okay.
But that's what I mean. Like we are able to explain these things.
Yeah.
Now you can go into the universe, to the infinite universe, meaning because people believe in karma. Some people.
I believe in karma.
Okay, so you believe if you do good things happen to you.
Yeah, and I don't think it's on a certain time limit.
No, for sure.
You know, the universe works in like different.
But if it doesn't happen, what does that mean?
If it doesn't happen, if you don't get good back, you mean? I think, first of all, it's a judgment. Like you're judging an experience that is way higher than you with your very limited perspective.
Baby is born,
yeah,
has cancer and dies.
Yeah.
Where is his karma?
Yo, I don't know. There's certain things we have to let go of trying to explain.
Okay. So,
but I'm sure there's a mathematical equation
it's probabilities. Karma is actually just probabilities and focus.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, it's really funny. We even have this in religion when people pray, right?
Yeah.
They pray and something positive happens. See, prayer worked. But if you pray and it doesn't happen, you didn't pray well. Get what I'm saying? Because we decided to just move the goalposts. And that's okay. Because if praying helps you sleep better at night, try to be a better person, try to better yourself, by all means, who are we? You can believe whatever you want. But the chances are you cannot be unlucky every day the same way you can't be lucky every day. And you can focus on the times you were lucky and say, I'm the luckiest person ever. But all the other times you were unlucky, you didn't think about it because you were like, it's a question of perspective.
Yeah.
And it's a question of focus.
So I'll tell you my perspective on praying, for example. So I say, for example, say you pray for courage. You pray for courage. You go, it's like, God, give me courage to like do this or whatever. I think sometimes we have expectations on, if you have an expectation based on your prayer, like it's not.
So why pray then?
Fully praying. It's like giving something and expecting something in return.
Not
like
necessarily.
That's not how
you said
it goes.
you're praying for courage, but then you
pray
shouldn't
for
expect to get courage back.
It's not, you're just not going to be downloaded courage
That's
all of a sudden and everything.
I
think what happens when you pray for courage is you get opportunities in your life that are being orchestrated by something higher for you to exercise and to find it within
100%.
and to exercise and do your courage.
Do you need to pray to get those opportunities?
I don't think so. I think it's already chaotic enough. Like there's a lot of opportunities out there, but you need to pray and let go for you to maybe have the awareness after to see those events.
So pray helps you focus.
I guess. Yeah. I guess like to gain awareness on like, oh, this shit is happening to me again. Oh, I asked for this. And now it's my job from that third perspective thing that we were talking earlier.
That I still don't know what the two first ones are, but okay, fair.
The consciousness, the detachment, like you're not the victim to your reality anymore. You're just gaining perspective on like, is this happening over and over again in my life? And now I'm starting to see why it's happening. It's because like in this situation in particular, I need to fucking step up in my life. You know, I need
but you
to
give it that perspective.
Find this. Well, I think from there, say you find the courage to do this. I cannot promise, but I'm pretty sure this situation will not happen again in your life. Like you're going to go to the next level because you found this courage within.
How many levels are there?
It's an infinite.
So it's a never winning.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's not a question of winning or losing at all. Actually,
or going
it's about
up, gaining levels, whatever you want to put the words.
experience, yeah.
Yeah, but gaining experience for what? To finally die.
To go back home.
You still don't know. You still didn't tell me what home is.
I'm not sure, how it looks like.
But how do you know the things you know right now? I'm just curious. How did you get to this perspective of things? Where did you learn these things?
I think there's certain things you can learn from your mind, but I think there's certain things you can learn like from your body and from your connection to like this space. But clearly.
Like that sounded very nice, but it made no sense whatsoever.
For you.
Yeah, for me.
It makes sense to other people that I talk to.
But we're talking about you. We're not talking about other people.
No, but I'm just letting you know.
How did you just woke up and you're like,
Kind of thing. It's really? Called waking up. Like being awake. You like, I know there's the woke movement, but there's actually like people like waking up.
Waking up to what?
To the nature of this reality, to what we're doing here.
But what are we doing here?
We decided to come to Earth to experience this duality. I would say that. Like every embodied soul.
It was a choice.
I think so. I think it was a choice to come on this Earth and experience this. Have you seen the movie La Belle Verte? It's a French movie. And it's really interesting. Like it was filmed, I think, in the 90s or something like that. So it's an old movie.
It's not that old.
Low dopamine hit. There's no like change of scenes all the time, just to keep you interested. But it kind of talks about like it would make sense a bit more if you look at this movie where I come from with this. It's certain perspective that were perceived by certain groups of people in the past, and in the present, and I think it always had been like there was always a portion of the population that was kind of awake, and I think more and more nowadays because the duality that we're experiencing now is just second to none. Like the darkness is so dark.
You feel like now we're in a darker place than before? Really? Interesting. Okay,
I think it's always balanced at the end of the day. I think because the yin and the yang, right? It's an opposite. I would say it's always kind of balanced.
But right now you feel like it's worse than before.
But it depends on which criterias.
What are yours?
Well, I think in terms of consciousness levels, it's very animalistic what's happening right now, right?
Now,
on the world stage, for example.
Compared to before.
Before it was maybe a little more unknown. Like it was, it was
the fact that it's
rougher.
not unknown does not change the fact that it was happening.
Sorry, continue. What?
No, because you're saying because maybe it wasn't unknown. So you're saying we're more savages now than before?
No, I think we call it civilized now, but I think it's kind of savage to like send bombs on one side and then receive 100%. Bombs on your own side.
I agree.
You know?
I'm not saying it's La La Land now.
Yeah.
That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm saying that you think it's worse now than before.
I'm not really like my judgment of the situation is not pertinent in this. I'm just saying it's pretty dark out there.
But when you say it's dark, you have to compare it to something that it's light. Because when we say dark or bad, that means there was a period that was better. For it to be bad, there was good, right? Duality.
Or maybe that period is in the future.
Okay, but is it getting better or getting worse?
I think it's becoming worse before it gets better.
So now you think it's getting worse?
In terms of division, in terms of like how people feel separated from each other, I think we're like, and separated from themselves too. I'm not gonna.
So before there were more.
I don't think so. Maybe it's like the first time in history and life that it's happening. Like maybe what we're seeing on the world stage is maybe it's the first or.
First what? I'm confused here because you're saying now we're like more separated. That means before we were less separated, logically speaking.
Well, when you look at history, that's not what they say. Like that, they don't say that we were more like together before or less.
No, but what does history say?
Whatever the victor says.
Fair. History is written by the victor.
Yeah.
But the power dynamics were a lot extremer back then than now.
Says who? And in
What
which
says?
part of the world? And
But
like
that's
how?
it. So that's very good.
There's a lot of questions.
Depending on what part of the world. But if
Yeah.
you take the planet in its totality, we're living a lot better today and a lot longer than before.
With more quality of life? Like, do we consider quality of life, or we just consider like survival and length of a period of...
Even quality of life. We have water, we have electricity. Before, people would just sneeze and die. There was only 1% of the population that had fortune, and the rest died and lived in their shit.
So I think for humans, actually, there's going to be even something better, which is like consciousness coming full swing and awareness and this third perspective that I'm talking to you about that makes you understand that we're not just dust in the freaking universe. You know, something like the next step in human evolution would be the realization that we go beyond all of these concepts. They're good to understand like a certain base of our reality, to understand again, like to give credit to density and like and all of these things that we said earlier. But the next step has to be, if we want to survive if we want to survive as a human species, it has to be the understanding that we are not different from each other. That we are all one and the same, consciousness trying to understand itself, you know, by experiencing this duality.
You know, the population of the planet is going higher and higher, right? So when you say the survival of humanity, we're actually going pretty well. Not necessarily saying that we should definitely be doing better. That's not what I'm saying here. We should definitely be doing better. Yeah. But the population keeps on growing. So
that's a good indicator of
the survival of the race. Yeah, kind of.
Everyone can make a kid, you know?
Come again?
Everyone can make a kid. Now, what kind of quality of life is that kid going to have? Like, is it important in your calculation, or is it just a number of like, we're multiplying, so it's good?
But if the planet in general, there will be exception because there's opposites. Some are living very, very, very well, and some are living very, very badly. Yeah. But the average person is living a lot better than the generation prior and the generation prior and the generation prior.
And so I have hope that like we're going to live even better, you know, with this new...
Yeah, but you're claiming that it's getting worse. That's what I'm saying. So how do you quantify worse?
Or maybe it's perceived as worse, or maybe...
Fair. Because I'm just trying to see what's the measure here. On what are you basing it that it's getting worse? Is it...
For me, it's honestly like the quality. It's based on quality. It's not quantitative.
So what does quality look like to you? Is having water in your house?
No,
having food?
No, it's actually more like mental emotional quality. Yeah, are you balanced in life? Are you happy? Like, are you waking up every day and like being able to make decisions out of your heart space and like fully doing it? Like, I just remember my teenage years and basically like early adulthood where I always had a conflict between my heart and my head.
What was it?
Just like the head wanted to do things a certain kind of way, and my heart was like telling me, why do you do that?
What?
Like, well, now what comes to me is just business decisions I had to make in my early adulthood. So when I started having my business, was like, okay, the numbers were not making it. Now I have to like cut certain things and like make certain decisions that are really, really intellectual. And it's actually affecting someone's livelihood that I really care about. Because for me, employees is not just like, you know, like a name on the sheet of paper. Like, it's a human behind. And I guess I was wrong to attach to a human because I cared for them. And I had the hardest time making those business decisions because really what I value most is like that other person that's in front of me. And I sucked at business because of this. So it's like you cannot make everyone happy in business and everything. So that's an example of like a mind decision that you have to make if you want to make something work on paper and like get this amount of money for your own survival at the end of the day, right? Because this money game is kind of all about survival of the fittest in this thing.
Because it sounds very capitalistic, your approach.
That's a good question. Why do I need money? That I actually asked myself that question. And I pulled back on certain things that I did. Like I did like a auto-destruction of my own thing, like control demolition of where I was, because I know this was not going to lead me to the life that I want, which is having like a group of people around that I genuinely care for. Like, it was not going to look like a an organization of a business, for example, for me, like very personal. What was your question? What was your question? It's interesting to say.
No, because you go into these places.
I know.
It's fascinating, but at the end of the day, so you're trying to be a better version of yourself, right?
Always.
Okay. Yeah. What does that look like?
More loving every day, like to choose love over everything else. You know, like you hit me in the face. We go on the street. You get hit by. First of all, I do Muay Thai, so I know how to defend myself.
Why would somebody hit you?
But I don't know. Like someone is losing it. Like he has a Tourette of the movement. I don't know, and he just goes and punch you. For example, I think it happens in Montreal. Like some people just lose it sometimes. It hits you.
Okay.
The bigger person perspective would be like not to hit them back. You know, it's just to like stay neutral in the face of the thing, like defend yourself.
He has a sickness. It's,
definitely
besides him. So.
Yeah, exactly, and try to do what's best for that person. You know, like not to replicate what you've been done to. Someone hurt you, you don't hurt them back. Is my point. When you can work from that heart space, because you know it's only perpetuating your karma. If you believe in karma,
I don't believe in karma.
I know. I clearly
I don't believe in karma. I believe in the concept that good things will happen, but it's not.
But my question to you is like the moral compass. Like, how do you see that in yourself? Like, what's your moral compass? How do you know like something is good, something is not good, or that act you did is good, that act you know, like how do you measure that?
So you see, a moral compass is a very, okay, so my moral compass is very basic. It's the most basic thing.
Yeah.
Like the 10 Commandments, let's go with that. You shall not kill. Pretty much.
Yeah,
that's my moral compass.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. You just don't kill. So if you do your day and you did not kill that day, you've done good, sister. It's okay. I mean, it's fair.
But again,
it's a good thing.
But meaning that it depends on. So I don't go through life with like trying to find or get good points type of thing, right?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just trying to be a better version of me, selon moi.
Yeah.
What I believe.
Yeah.
I have people that are counting on me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I believe the purpose of life is the pursuit of happiness. Not happiness, the pursuit of happiness. Aiming to be happy and make the people around you happy. It could be being there.
So you never reach it? You always pursue it?
It's always a pursuit. Because we live to die. It's literally in our destiny. We try to do better, however that looks for you, right? Some athletes to be faster, stronger, whatever. Businessmen, more money. But as long as it does not cost the happiness of others, I feel like you're doing a good job. If I have a business, I want to be a billionaire, but then, I ruin thousands of people's lives, you're not doing a good job.
I agree.
That's it. That's pretty much it. As a community, as a society, as a race, that's pretty much all. We come to Earth, we procreate, we try to do better. The reason why we want knowledge is to do better for the next.
Yeah.
You're not going to do the same mistakes the others. That's why the human race.
Share the knowledge that we have.
That's why the human race is at where it's at now. Yes, it's definitely not perfect. Yes, war, it's disgusting. That's the capitalistic side of it. But yet, if you look at 50, 60 years ago, there was no running water in our houses, no electricity, no health system in a way, right? We're living longer. Yes, now there's exaggeration with the medical world where, these drug dealers literally selling us pills. 100%. The food industry, yes, a lot of cancer going on. I understand. I'll definitely not defend that. I'm not blind to that. But to come and say, like, I can travel the world now, something that my great-grandfather couldn't do. Having information, learning, watching TV.
What's your purpose of traveling? Like, why do you travel?
Because I enjoy. It's me. It doesn't hurt anybody. It's me. I like to travel. I like to try new foods, meet new people. That's me. What's the purpose of this pod? Have conversation. Is this going to change anything? Who knows? But I did what I did. And then if it affects, people text me, they're like, yo, you made me realize or this and that. But I'm not doing it for that recognition.
Yeah.
I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah.
then you do whatever you want. Some people criticize, some people hate, some people love. Cool. But am I putting somebody down? Am I removing a food from somebody's mouth? No. Like I said, at the end of the day, I'm doing my best, trying my best.
Yeah.
And that's okay for me to go to bed at night. I don't need to have this greater cause of after there's the afterlife and blah, blah, blah. There's going to be judgment or there's going to be God. But
let's talk about judgment just real quick. Maybe we can wrap it on this.
Go ahead. No rush.
But the judgment thing, I think the only person that is going to judge you when you die is yourself. I think we used to think it was a God or something outside of yourself, but the same way we do in everyday life, where we judge ourselves on a daily basis, sometimes consciously, sometimes not consciously. I think at the end of the day, the only person you will have to rendre des comptes à la fin de la journée is yourself. Like, you will look back at your life. Like, they say that when you die.
Who says that?
There are certain people that say you get a life review. Like, in many religions, they say that. They say that. And this life review is not for anyone else outside of yourself to judge yourself, because you're the experiencer here.
But who cares? Even if you judge yourself, so what?
But
then you're dead.
Does it change the perspective that you have if you know that you're gonna judge yourself when you pass over on your experience? Because if you live every day without regrets, then probably regrets. I say regrets because I want it tattooed on my chest. No regrets. You've seen that movie, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. So you want to pass over without having regrets, but
even if you do have regrets, what happens?
I think all the harm that you've inflicted in your life, you're gonna have to feel it yourself. To feel it. It's a felt experience.
I think we'll just be dead.
And if you do good stuff, after you're gonna experience that too. It's equal.
But what fascinates me about this conversation is how do you know these things? How do you know? How are you gonna feel when you die? What's gonna happen when you die?
I think it's a state of connection. I think it's when I talked about disconnection, the head and the heart was disconnected before. I feel now it's connected, and I feel like I'm getting more information from, home. Can I say home?
Okay.
Can I say where we were before?
So home is sending you a Wi-Fi
after?
signal of information.
Kind of
cool.
thing, without wire. So
and are you alone in this, or there are other people that are connected to the same Wi-Fi? That have the same Wi-Fi signal?
Similar, yeah.
Similar, not same.
It's never the same. We all have different perspective and experiences here,
so how
but
does
it's
that make
the
it
same
true?
Baseline.
But how does that make it true then?
Did I say it was true or not? I said it's my experience, my lived experience.
But you haven't experienced death. But you haven't experienced death. How would you know?
How do you know I didn't experience death? Because I'm still here. Jesus died and then he resurrected.
We're not going to go there.
It's the day to talk about this.
Well, I had this conversation last week and again.
Oh, did you? Okay,
yes.
I'll listen to it.
But
was it pertinent in the end? Did you?
It's coming out tomorrow.
Okay.
No, it's a really fun guy, super Christian, and we talked about religion.
Yeah, that's good. I think someone that can just debate whatever they believe in and whatever, and don't take it personally is the best kind of people.
Amen.
Yeah.
But it fascinates me that the argument is because I feel it.
I know it. It's like an internal knowing, and I understand that. I understand the person I was 5 years ago wouldn't have understand the person that I am today.
No, but then how do you? No, but my issue is here. So I bring you here, and I bring somebody else that feels something different.
Yeah.
And if we're looking for an objective truth, how does this work?
Why would we want to so much to? Do we have a goal? Do we?
I'll tell you why. Your moral compass.
Okay.
As a society.
Yeah.
You need a common goal, a common direction.
Yeah.
Okay. So if everybody's based on their own personal feelings, that's the problem with today's society.
Problem.
No, wait.
Why do you perceive it as?
So you see, this is going to be full circle for the pod. This is cute. I do this so often. You see, when you're talking about narcissism, this is what narcissistic looks like.
Okay, for you.
Not for me, by definition.
Which is all about me and everything.
Exactly.
Okay.
So how you feel, your truth, your reality. Now, if everybody would be like you, it would be anarchy.
Which we are, because we're all creating our reality.
No, No, we're not. No, we're not. We're constantly being
If
conditioned.
you believe you're
I'll
not
prove it
creating
to
your
you.
reality, that's what you're going to experience.
Okay, why do you have Air Force Ones white right now?
Do you want to know where I got these?
That's not the question.
I got these for free. I
Okay.
didn't buy this. I would never give my money.
Okay, yeah, but it still came from a sweatshop, right? Kids are
Yeah.
dying wearing these things, right?
Yeah,
We're all
but
a
they're
bunch of
second
hypocrites
hands.
here. Huh?
They're second hands.
Still sweatshops. Wait, so would that
I mean,
logic
should
would
I-
be?
should I
Would that
just
logic
walk-
would be? Wait. So the logic would be: let's
has the
just say the
same mic, by the
Nazis died, and then I find their $1 million, billion of dollars, and I take them and I use them for me, and I'm like, but it was secondhand, so it's okay. There's no blood on it.
What's your point?
My point is, you
Yeah.
see, you create a detachment to avoid the global responsibility, because you were saying, the greater good, the greater this, the greater that, but yours limits to what you see, or as far as you can throw it. Actually, you know what I mean? Because we're all connected, directly or indirectly,
I agree.
right? So your moral compass is based on what you can just see.
So your perception, your
Yours.
perception
I'm not talking
things?
about mine. I'm talking about yours,
How are we different in this example?
because I'm aware of it,
You're aware of what?
of what's behind the veil. So you're talking about
So you're talking about that third perspective?
no
Not-
no.
Not
I'm
that.
talking about the realism of things, because you're talking mostly feelings and how you
the
feel. and-
lived experience. I'm talking about that. Yeah. The
yeah, but you're
lived
talking
experience
about
in my
death. But
body.
have you lived to death?
I didn't die. No.
Okay, you didn't die.
No.
So how can you talk about death? You said there
There's
was
a
a
bigger
feeling between.
picture. We don't have time now to go through this, but there's a bigger picture of like it ties into like spirit realms, like soul realms, like all of these.
No, but I get this.
Because I think the soul is like eternal. For example, the body is what expires in this experience.
But what is a soul?
Well, it can be interpreted in many ways, but I would say it's the thing that animates the body.
Okay.
So it's the thing that comes into the body, maybe as the form of a breath, as a form of like the thing moving in your body that is making you different from a corpse. This is just a vehicle in a way, like that
So
body.
does a battery have a soul?
Does it?
Battery.
No, why would it have a soul?
Okay. But it has that energy that goes in and out and then
Is it
eventually
breathing?
dies. So it's only based on breathing.
I think
So it's only based on
I
breathing.
think so. So and you know what? Like that would make animal have a soul too.
So
If that makes
so
sense,
so so viruses and microbes,
I guess they breathe in their own
they don't
manner.
breathe,
They don't breathe. So then they don't breathe.
but they're living.
They're living. They're activated.
They reproduce.
Well, maybe they have a soul, bro. I don't know.
No,
Like
but
maybe actually it's a good point.
Because I'm
maybe.
trying to understand.
Well, I'm flexible. Like anything
You're
you
flexible,
have to add.
but that's not how reality works. You can't go just
Of
flexible.
course it is. You create whatever that your reality is. You create your reality. If you have limiting beliefs about your reality, this is what you're going to experience. This is what you're going to create with the set of mind that you have.
So you go to the bank and they lend you 10,000. I'm like, well, I feel I'll give you back 2,000 because I believe that's what I should give you, right? That's
And
how
then
it works.
you'll create la suite des événements and the
Yeah.
consequences that come with it.
And
But
this-
you can decide to create that, of course.
And that's what I said. If everybody would start thinking like you, it would be full anarchy on this planet. Right?
It's like natural law already, bro. Like it's like it would be anarchy, but I think those are the rules that are beyond the rules that we created afterwards that are all like always enacted, always in action, and then we create a system on top of this with different laws, but that are also like there's laws beyond this system that are actually enacting and like
What are those laws? Except the scientific laws. Because jumping from a building, even if you don't feel like falling down,
No,
you
I'm
will
not
fall
talking about
down.
relativity or
So what are we talking about?
the 12 universal laws. Shall we go through them? Like law of attraction is one of the
Law of
12.
attraction.
Yeah, you've
Okay.
heard that before.
Of
I know
course.
it's like a woo-woo principle for some people, but what you put out comes back to you. Like you attract, actually, no, the law of attraction is like, how I understand it today is like your state of being, how you vibrate, how you resonate in there will attract either things to make you even higher, like if you can see them, to like the courage thing that we talked about, or you're going to attract your equal. You're going to attract people or that you're going to attract people that needs to hear what you have to say in that moment, which is like when you put out your word on the podcast, that's what you do. Like, not everyone will find that podcast. You know, the people that are meant to listen to that podcast will listen to that podcast.
Meant?
Yeah. Higher again.
This goes back to focus. And the perfect example I could give you for that is when you buy a car, for example.
Yeah.
Then you see that car everywhere. It's not the laws of attraction. It's just your perspective. Now that you've seen it.
Yeah, it's your attention.
Exactly.
Yeah, we pay with our attention.
We do that with people that we're attracted to.
Mm-hmm.
If you put 100 people in a room, I'll notice the people I'm attracted to first. Right? And then the extras, right? Those are not laws of attraction. Those are laws of perception.
But it's not because you find them attracted that they'll be attracted to you.
But that has nothing to do with that.
But the law of attraction has to, like, it's about what you attract. It's not about your attention and how you see the world.
So the laws of attraction is what you attract.
Yeah.
So people that always have drama, it's because that's what they attract. And everybody that, so what do you attract?
Both. Again, like I said, I attract similar to me, and I attract also things to elevate me, to keep elevating like my experience. So challenges, you know, if I'm able to see it in that moment as a challenge and me needing to keep my center in order to like get over that challenge in my life, then like if I do it, like I get both, you know, I get equal, so that I guess sometimes you deserve rest from this ultimate growth, because like you're always trying to work on yourself and whatnot. And yeah, other times you take it as a challenge, and sometimes you don't see it. It's still in your blind spot and you're repeating the same mistake. Like you yell back at that person and then you're like, oh shit. And then you're going to get it again, and then you're going to do it again. And it's going to come back again until you resolve this within yourself, you know? Like, it's not a narcissistic trait. I think just like on an airplane, you need to put your gas mask before oxygen mask before putting it on the kid or on someone else that needs help. I think in life is the same thing. You need to help yourself before being able to fully, genuinely help others. And so it's maybe narcissistic or perceived as narcissistic, but ultimately it's all to serve others. You know, like this growth is not for me and my own benefit into whatever.
So I'll take your example of the oxygen mask falling.
Yeah.
I feel like where you're at right now is like, not only you want to put the mask, you want to study more, you want to eat better, go to the bathroom before you go and help other people. This is what I mean.
It's not hard for me to like see something as a challenge, act directly on it, and like grow from it. Like it doesn't take me that long to do all those things for me before, you know, like I grow and then I can serve others. Like again, just sharing my experience of growth helps others. And I've seen that in my everyday life. Like,
how do you see it? Like
right now, it's really, really interesting. I'm so fascinated by this situation because I know it happened for a reason as well. According to my views, I don't know how you see it.
Well, good. If it's a positive one, by all means.
No, it's so fascinating. It's really fascinating because it had been a while that I hadn't had that in my experience. Like someone that has like a full on like scientific view and like holding on tight to it, you know?
But you haven't given me any example for me to actually doubt whatever I said so far.
Yeah, but I think it's just because we're... I'm not gonna say
no, but because we live in a society, like if everybody that comes...
But I respect, at the end of the day, you're not going to kill me, I'm not going to kill you, you know? Like,
but I'm not trying to convince you here. I'm trying to understand you. The issue I'm having right now is... If every time somebody would come on the pod... No, but the issue that I'm trying... Not the issue with you, but the issue with this form of communication.
Yeah.
Because if every time somebody would come on the pod and say, this is my belief, and I'll just take it for face value without questioning and trying to understand
you're trying to measure it. Whereas like this, what I'm saying is not measurable. It's measurable from my own perspective and in a qualitative way.
So it is measurable. You literally just said.
Well, yeah, I guess like, but not in terms of numbers, I guess is what I was trying to say. Like, it's not like an experiment. Like it's an experience. It's not an experiment. It's like I see that people around me when I'm like exposed to them.
Experience, not an experiment.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you understand by that?
No, but why did you use those two terms? I'm confused.
Experiment, I guess, would be more of like the scientific view of like, this is like an environment controlled, it's repeatable, an experience is like you have to let go of like any outcomes. Like you cannot think that it's going to give the same thing over and over again, because every single being will interpret what you say in a different manner. Like when I see the positive around me every day. Like when I share my vulnerability with some people, like my experiences, it makes them connect certain dots in their head about their own experience. And then from there, they grow, you know. It's not measurable the way they grow, but they feel a bit better in their...
For sure it is.
I think it's measurable in like
yes,
the amount of like love and, you know, happiness
and what you give
that
back
they actually
and what you
feel.
do and how you evolve. Yes.
Okay, so then it's measurable.
But of course it's measurable.
Yeah.
Technically anything is measurable.
Yeah.
So happiness, sadness, disappointment, everything is. Because you always compare. We are an accumulation of experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And we always compare.
Yeah.
Right? I was my happiest, saddest, I want this, so that, because you come from a point of origin. If you claim to have grown, that means you were smaller or less grown before. Now, it's not something that has to be measured like mathematically, numbers.
Yeah.
But
so then that thing wouldn't be science-based, like what we just discussed now, like the growth that we're talking of an individual. Is it science-based or is it not science-based? Because it's measurable or not measurable.
But for it to be
like
science-based, what they're going to probably do would be quantifying what makes happiness, right? Sleep better, energy levels. I don't know. Okay. I'm not a scientist.
It would look at like traits, like characteristics.
Yeah, because we're saying right now, like I was reading this not a long time ago, I think the Scandinavian countries have the highest index of happiness in the world right now.
Who? Where?
Scandinavians, Norway, Finland, and all them. And index of happiness. So what they meant by that, when you read the bylines, it's pretty much they're seeing quality of life, feeling that they're missing anything or not, like, you know, they can afford and whatever they consider as basic needs, if they're satisfied or not. Right? If you go to Canada right now or the States, whatever, you talk to people, they're like, oh, we're lacking medical assistance. Like for them to be happiness, exactly, for them to be thriving and good. Those other countries. So those are the indexes. That's how they scientifically calculate it. Now, at the end of the day, it's a personal thing. Because if you say you're happy and the person next to you are happy, I'm not going to come and say, are you happier than them? I don't think that's quantifiable like that.
Yeah.
It's, are you happier than yesterday or not?
Yeah. It's you
exactly.
Versus you always,
But
because you're judging yourself at the end of the day.
Fair. But it's true that our biggest judgers is us. That is 100%. I'm not even debate that. But the thing is, where I'm having difficulty comprehending is you're coming from a point of feeling. So that perspective is on you. But that cannot be used for everybody else. It's personal to you.
Yeah.
It's like trying to debate your favorite color.
Like I'm not alone, and maybe I'm alone here, but like.
But the same way your favorite color is black. I cannot debate my favorite color is red. But there was going to be other people that like the color black. Get what I'm saying? But I cannot debate taste.
But how is taste and happiness the same thing?
Because it's not quantifiable. It's personal to the person. That's what I'm trying to say. What is your favorite song, favorite color, favorite this? What is happiness for you? Is what's your favorite state of joy? That's what happiness is, by definition. Right? Do we agree here?
I don't know. We would have to look at the definition.
Yeah, but you can
our own definitions of happiness. For me, it's a state of being. Like if I feel happy, if I feel centered, I feel happy. Like it's something. It's not for me. It's not something that you pursue. If it's something you believe you pursue, you will pursue it all your life, and you will never get to it.
And
but if you choose to bring it in your current experience and in your present, which the present moment is all we have, like happiness can be a very felt and real experience in the moment, and this is readily shareable with the people around you. They feel it. It's a frequency. It's happening.
They only feel it if they're in a good state.
I think if people are miserable, I think they attune to you. If you're genuinely happy.
So you don't have like energy vampires around you?
You always have those.
Okay, so you can be happy all you want. They're always going to try to bring you down.
It's my job to not give in to this.
But
again, to not go out of my happiness state.
But that's you. You said it's something that attracts it's not necessarily true.
Well, on the longer term, maybe if you're always happy and you see that people that are miserable around you stay miserable, like maybe at some point you'll want to make a conscious decision to do something else.
But nobody's happy all the time and nobody's miserable all the time.
No, I understand. I understand. So if you can gain that perspective of like, oh, they're miserable, but it's because of like these circumstances and I need to be the strong force right now to like elevate everyone or to keep everyone like on track of like, so it's okay, you know, like bigger picture, like it's harsh right now, it's harsh times, but there's going to be better times. And you keep that light on for the other people that are in the darkness. I think that's like what you should do if you're aware that the happiness state in your present moment, you know? Know what I mean?
To a certain extent. I know what you're trying to say. It was very interesting.
Interesting is the word.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
You're very...
No, I like challenges. Like I love to discuss and I don't think anything of you. I think it's great that we get to do that. And I'm life has surprised me right now. Yeah. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm going to be in my moment happy.
Very good. Out. I guess.
Are you good? You're good?
Very, very good.
Good. And that's what matters. That's what matters at the end of the day.
I'm very, very good. Thank you again.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
And anytime you want.
Okay, sounds good.
And on that note.
Thank you.